Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Beastmen campaign with Molokh Slugtongue. Now, if you remember the end of last episode, we finished things with an assault by the elected Count of Hochland, Aldenbrad Ludenhof, as he attacked my Herdstone at Kislev. So today, we're fighting a defensive battle in order to keep the Herdstone standing. Now, you can see the enemy army bunching together in the distance, and to be honest with you guys, this was going to look a little tough. The game predicted, if you remember, a close defeat, so it was in my best interest to win this battle. If we don't, we lose the Herdstone and all the progress we made up to this point. So, if I bring my UI back a moment, just so you can see what's going on in the world, and actually come up here. What I decided to do was try and split up the enemy's force as much as I could. So on each corner of the back of the map, where behind the enemy lines, I've deployed my units of harpies, and on my left flank I deployed my centaurs. Now these guys are extremely quick, especially thanks to the 5% bonus we've got for the research we did. So as a result, you can see the enemy starting to chase after some of those units. We've got some handgunners as well, I believe those are, yeah, handgunners. And the swordsmen are coming after the centaurs. We've got some swordsmen walking around. And back here, we've got a unit of Free Company militia and swordsmen chasing after the harpies. Which is great by me. If we can split up the enemy force a bit in order to make the upcoming fight much easier, that's going to be great. Now, the reason why I wasn't too comfortable about my chances of victory here, to be honest, is because while we do have a fair few troops, it's mainly consistent of Ungor units, which are pretty crap. In my opinion, they have low leadership, they can easily be chased away. So I'm going to have to rely on the Gors to hold the line as much as I can. Now, I was willing for them to actually come forward and get into range of my archers. Then I noticed that the Outriders have grenades. So I've decided it'd be best if I try and charge forward. That way then we're not going to get too caught up in all those grenades getting shot at us. So at this point, if I speed the game up a bit, I'm trying to move my centaurs closer and closer in order to try and catch some of the enemy. When they do start moving, as you can see here, I split up my force into two sides. This unit was going to just go straight over towards the edge of the battlefield. These guys were going to swing around because I was hoping to be able to try and charge into the rear of the enemy position, if I get the opportunity to do so. Now at this point, Ludenhof decided to go straight into the battle. Luckily though, I brought my Goreherd to counter his charge, and I was able to cast off, with the tooltip, it actually stays up a second, the Devolve Deep spell, which gives a bunch of debuffs. It makes him much more manageable for us to deal with in combat. And already you can see how much damage we've done to him before we even got, only a few seconds into the actual battle. Now, unfortunately, the grenades are getting shot off at the moment, which is quite annoying. So what I'm going to be trying to do is bring in my harpies back here. I want them to try and stop the Outriders from shooting as much as possible. But it is annoying because these guys can still move and shoot. So I'm just going to have to tough it out for a little bit. But if I bring the game back up to normal speed, they are starting to bring in some spearmen on my left flank. These guys can deal with my Ungors quite easily. So I don't really want them to be sticking around too much. And they are getting shot at as well, which isn't helping matters. Luckily though, the Raiders, for whatever reason, decided to skirmish straight into the enemy units instead of retreating back. Well done, AI. But while that's going on over here, a unit of swordsmen have now charged in, and Ludenhof is starting to make his retreat back. That's great for me. You can see back here now, I've got my harpies, splitting up the enemy's force a bit, distracting those the skirmish units from doing much, although this guy's made the slight mistake of charging into my swordsmen. This other unit, though, is running around. I was going to charge him into the rear of this swordsman unit, but I figured that a much better use of them is to go after the handgunners here, so that my centaurs can charge down straight into behind the enemy line. Over on this side, I'm trying to help out when I can. I've been causing the Vile Tide spell to do a bit of damage over here. Eventually, when I get the opportunity to do so, I'll use Devolve again on Aldenbrad in order to reduce his combat potential yet again. And luckily, we've got some more reinforcements coming in. The Centaurs took a couple of shots thanks to the handgunners over here, but what I ended up doing with them is instead of just trying to outmaneuver the handgunners, I thought I'll just charge in. It caused a lot of damage, wiped them out, causing them to shatter, and allows me to charge right into the rear of the spearman unit. I didn't want these guys to stick around too long in combat against spearmen thanks to them being anti-large, but I figured if we can get rear charges in and cause the unit to retreat, we also don't have to worry about the problem that Warhammer 2 has at the moment when it comes to cavalry charges. So, luckily we've cleared things up quite nicely over here. Thanks to some more charges coming in from my Centaurs, another unit of spearmen has started to retreat, and things are looking much more favourable for us. We've still got some of the issues like their elector count is still trying to get into combat. They've still got their other units scattered around the place, but these guys, for example, have taken their sweet time getting back into the battle, which is great. And yeah, with that main melee dealt with, I can now start focusing on the other units. So I got my raiders to start firing on their spearmen. They're not perhaps the best thing to have done, given that we've still got some troops here, but these guys are not shielded, whereas the swordsmen are, so we will do more damage against them. Luckily though, while they're still coming in, I'm still doing what I can, the best I can, so Lusenhoff, luckily for me, is starting to waver at this point. I've got my Gors focusing on him, while my Centaurs is just outmaneuvering the enemy. Harpies are still flying around, chasing after whatever we can. So you can see one unit of Harpies here has actually chased after the Outriders with grenades, so we don't have to worry about them for a while. We also got a unit of Harpies that started to retreat earlier, make its way back. I just saw an opportunity to get them to try and get these guys to skirmish, so hopefully in a second we'll see them move in. You already see swordsmen are trying to chase after my other units for whatever reason, but things are clearing up quite nicely now in the centre. Ludenhoff has actually been wounded in the fight, so that's going to cause a morale debuff to the enemy forces, and really at this point it's just trying to get the last couple of units caught in battle so we can chase after them with our faster units afterwards. So my Harpies have charged in here, for example, to go after the Free Company militia. These guys do have the advantage initially in the fight, but as you can see their leadership is going down quite quickly, especially with me shooting at them with my raiders. Centaurs are coming in as well, just to provide that last... Oh no, I was wrong. It happens. I think I got these guys set up actually, because I can see that the leadership was starting to lower. You can see some of them, like the Outriders, are still firing away, but I just had them sitting around. These guys retreat, these guys are shattered, and very quickly we're going to see the enemy retreat. These guys start wavering straight away, they'll soon shatter completely as well, and victory is mine. Now I'm going to spend a few minutes chasing down as much of the enemy as I can. Unfortunately, the faster units, like the Outriders here, will be able to retreat off the map, and the grenade launcher ones were unfortunately able to retreat, but the infantry, needless to say, do not stand a chance. So, battle is mine, victory is mine, and I shall see you guys back on the campaign map. So there we go, big victory, but to be honest with you guys, given that we were predicted a close defeat, I'm pretty happy with our outcome. The only annoying thing was that that unit of Outriders managed to get away, but I like the idea, perhaps, that these people were deliberately let go in order to spread word of the Lord of the Black Harvest making his way down south into the Empire. So we're going to go with that as the official canon. Now, what do I want to do with my captives? I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice them. It's not like we're going to get any bestial rage from it in Kislev, and I could do with the extra favour. So we've got Wolfram Herman. Honestly thought for a second I said Wolfram and Hearts, which, for those Angel fans out there, will know exactly what I'm talking about. Right. Oh yeah, of course, we took Fort Ostrusk last time, so all we got left to take really from Kislev is Stragov, and then that will be the faction, as far as I can tell, pretty much eliminated. And then we can start marching down south. Now I do feel a little tempted to go after Hochland, not gonna lie. They've only got the one settlement to their name, and we'll be in a position to just wipe them out from the campaign. But our Herdstone, I should mention, is here in Kislev, so in order to build up our bar a bit more, we need to start going after Bakoven, Fort Chakova, Yakova, however you want to pronounce it, and Nagenhof. Do we have to go after... No, we'd have to go after these. Right, okay. So we did manage to finish our challenge, Consume Order. We'd given us extra cooldown and Winds of Magic cost reduction for basically all of our spells, which is great. We picked up Grog Hooves of Wolf's Run. Centaurs with throwing axes. Where their drunken hooves tread, bloodshed surely follows. Cool. Right, let's go and finish off Fort Stragov. Now we don't need to send both armies for this, so I'm going to send Malagost to go and finish them off. Let's get you out of the stance and attack it. Why are we going to... Oh yeah, because we hide the mercenaries, don't I? Right, decisive. Oh, we lost one of my core herd units. Crap. Ugh. It's fine though, it's fine, it's fine. We'll go ahead and loot and raise it. I could do with that extra favour. And I did believe actually I've upgraded his recruitment, didn't I? Last time, so even though we lost our units, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we did. So, what do I want to do next? More shamans? Or maybe looking for a den? Now, going from the submitted characters, we definitely want to go and eventually get a fire pit for Malagost, so we can start recruiting Minotaurs. But we still got a little way to go. Great weapons. And Minotaurs with shields, ooh. And another Gorbel. For now, though, I think it's going to be quite fitting for him to have some heads on some spikes. So we'll let you have that. And then Slugtongue is going to start making his way down south. Now, to be honest, we could... In fact, I think I'm going to actually do that. I could waste the time going down to Kislev and doing the rituals. Or we can just perform the ritual... Get the marks of ruination, because we're 40, and that's really, really decent. At our current moment, we should have enough to get to ruination level 3. As you can see, increases additional unit cap, and it gives us an extra army we can potentially use. So, sure, that's what I'm going to do. We'll switch you over to that just for the moment. I could go for that, or... No, let's go for our Nurgle build in the Khan of Decay. This way now we can get our hands on Pestigores and check those out on the battlefield. So let's click that, and let's go ahead and do our ritual. Do you wish to perform the ritual? Yes, I do. There we go. Challenge completes. Days of Wrath, right. Ritual is ruined, performed for plus 40. There we go. So as a result now of us doing that, the enemy should not be able to colonize this area. I say should because, well, we did last time and look what happened here. Oh well, oh well. In fact, let me just double check. Yeah, Soshenk happens to have that marker as well, and so does Strakov. So, yeah, that's okay. So what I'm going to do now, I want to head down south. Right, I think if we can take a territory like, I don't know, do I want to take Bekoven? I mean, Bekoven does, surprisingly, not allow me to go after Kappenberg. Okay. Nagenhof for Chakova. It doesn't actually give me much in the way of territory, does it? I mean, it gives me Savastra, I guess. What about if I did go for Nagenhof? Nagenhof, huh. That... Is that just me, or is that a little weird? That's... Yeah, if I went for Nagenhof, or this territory, I don't go any further south. Unless... Is it something to do maybe with the fact that it's the undead? But that can't be the case, because the undead we can obviously attack here. Huh. You know what, that's fine. What I'll do now is skip forward a couple of turns. We're in a good position now for us to be able to... Hang on. Empire Beasts. Missile resistance 10% during siege battles. Take that. But yeah, I'm going to take a few turns now, skip ahead in order to get probably down towards Nagenhof. That allows them to go after Forchagova, Bekoven... Although actually... No, what I'll do is I'll send one army down to Naginhof, or even just attack Bekoven in order to get that. And then we'll have to send the other one then to go and deal with the undead armies here. Because the last thing I want is them to attack Evingrad. They do have a few units, Luther von Waldenhof, Valor von Secondhof. I can't see any legendary lords. So that's something, I guess. Who's here? Otto Leinberg. And I would bet on my Beastmen against their Skellies any time of the day. But yeah, we'll skip forward a couple of turns after this turn phase. So for now, Slugtongue, let's go and give you... I think Soulblight would be quite useful to aim for eventually. Otherwise, what do we have over here again? The Purple Sun and the Mantle of Gorok. Right. Yeah, let's go for Soulblight. Just because of that damage reduction and armor is quite useful when going up against the Empire. Not so much for the undead, but against the Empire it's pretty good. Malagost. Ooh. We can go for Bullish Metal, giving him a ward save and melee defense. Or Orgy of Slaughter, for causing terror and melee attack. Given a character like the Doomslayer and the backstory we were given, Orgy of Slaughter it is. And we'll definitely aim for that eventually. For now though, with one Lightning Strike, I haven't forgotten that, don't you worry. We'll go for extra speed. That will give us the 10% bonus that we've got thanks to our research as well. And then we'll go for Primeval Rage. Armor piercing damage. Definitely want to go for those two. What's this one? Barbed Knuckle Boxing. A brutally simple weapon makes the Doom Ball's incredible punching power more than enough to penetrate armor and cause dreadful injury. Oh wow. 25% bonuses to damage. Oh, because of that thing on his hand. When do we get that one? Level 8. Okay. See about getting that at some point then. Okay, Lakshai, let's give you Primal Instincts. And I'm going to continue giving you Deadly Blades. Alright, Kaznor the Earthshaker, our Death Brave Shaman. We did finish off Soulblight completely, so I'll go for Scouting. Aspect of the Dread Knight, I think the ability for us to cause... Fact, let me recycle that. If I go for 2 levels of it, it's a fairly cheap spell to cast by overcasting it, and it does allow us to give a aura effect, essentially. So everyone within the area, within 200 meters and the spell's range, will now cause terror. Now, not so effective against the undead, admittedly, because undead cause fear already, and they're immune to psychology, but going up against the Empire, the ability to get a lot of my units to cause terror, very useful psychologically. But anyway, I'll see you guys in a few turns. So here we are, a few turns later. Now you haven't missed much during the previous turns. I did have a little bit of fun with the Bone Rattlers, led by Azhag the Slaughterer, as I saw them as an extremely weak target, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to finish you off. So I destroyed Bekoven with Malagost, defeated Azhag's army, which was severely weakened, using Molokh. So we managed to get his defeated traits, which give us 30% magic resistance, quite useful. And before that, I did send Malagost to actually go and attack Hochland. However, some other faction burnt Wolfenburg to the ground, and then in the following turn defeated the last remaining army. So, yeah, that was a bit of a waste. One of those things, I guess. But it's okay. Otherwise, we've made our way down here. I've explored the wounds of Naginhof, and I did use some of my dread to increase our unit cap for our gores, as well as have the ability to upgrade our Herdstones. So now, I can get them up to level 2, which gives us more defenders, and when I do have extra favour, I can upgrade the stones as well. This will give us some extra bonuses faction-wide for Winds of Magic and Dread. Oh, that's kind of useful. Definitely see about getting that in a minute. The reason that I wanted to improve it is because we do have access now, of course, to a new army, thanks to getting our next level of Ruination. So, oh, and I did manage to, by the way, well I remember, get my hands on some Pestigores, now that we've upgraded the Khan of Decay, and I did recruit, here we are, some Beastigores. So, there we go. Got a few extra units for Molokh. Now we are in a position with Malagos to get our hands on the fires, so we can get Minotaurs. Unfortunately, we need to get the next level of Ruination before we can actually get some actual reasonable sized units in the army. At the moment, I think we can only recruit one of each. But for now, let's start working on that. So let's grab Molokh, I think, this time. And we'll declare war. Manfred has been having a bit of a rough time, it looks like. A couple of his settlements have actually burned down. Huh, wonder who'd been doing that. No matter, we're going to go down and take, or at least lay siege to Essen. Who's leading this? Henrik Barakmer. I mean, he's got a couple units like Black Knights, the Mortis engine and that. He must have fought a powerful, a big fight recently for him to be able to get access to those units. But even with that, the game predicts a decisive victory. Oh wow. Okay. Sure. Let's raise our Herdstone. Enemy killed in battle. Picked up another Gift of Chaos. The Sons of Goros. Centaurs with great weapons. Cool. Let's get you now. I'm just going to get you to march down towards here for the moment. Like I said, want to get some Minotaurs. So we need him to get into encampment. Upgrade and get our fire pits. There we go. And then we'll give you another turn, I think, to upgrade. In fact, getting for that could be useful too. What's this? Cacophonous Assault. When attacking, apply temporary defenses to leadership and melee defense. Yeah, it's tempting, but at the moment we are losing a bit of favour. I mean, it's not a lot, but it does add up when you consider that we don't have any income apart from burning places down. So, yeah, we'll leave that for now. Let's go ahead then and see about getting one of these. Casualty replenishment, corruption. The main thing is at the moment, because we are fighting in undead territory, I mean, corruption is going to go up quite a bit, but when we start making our way into Sylvania, it is going to be a problem with taking attrition, so anything that can spread chaos corruption is going to be useful. For now, though, I think I'm just going to stick with the challenges. I just love having the line of sight over enemy units, and it allows me to really plan out what I'm doing. Now, while we're actually here, let's recruit a new lord. So, we've had our Doom Ball with Malagast. So, do I want to go for a Beast Lord or a Great Bray Shaman? And you know what, guys? I'll leave this up to you. So, if you go back now 2 episodes to... Was that 2 episodes? Yeah. 2 episodes now to the comment section. You'll find the link where you can submit characters and units. And yeah, I'm thinking we'll go after a shaman this time. So pick a shaman as lore and give me your characters. We'll do that next episode then, but for now, let's just go through these. So Molokh, I'm going to give you now Beachful Surge. 15% charge bonus when casting spells. Mantle... Is that area of effect if we upgrade it? Self or ally? No, just makes it a bit cheaper. Does reduce enemy... Oh, it reduces my armor when I do that too. Oh, right. Okay, in that case, I'm going to go for the Purple Sun. I just love casting that spell. With Galak, we've been working on Quarter More Sleep, so I'm going to continue with that. Okay, so I've skipped forward 2 turns just because I wanted to make sure Malagast got his hands on a unit of Minotaurs. We can only, unfortunately, just get the 1 unit, but it's okay. I recruited them as you can see here. But during the previous end turn phase, we had an interesting opportunity pop up. What happened was Manfred flew over towards Essen, but for whatever reason didn't attack it. It just changed his mind a scene and went out to here. Drycha then came down with her army from the north, came, attacked Manfred, chased him away, chased after him, and killed him off. So unfortunately, she's ruined it so I can't deal with Manfred, which would have been quite nice, because if I remember right, his defeated lord trait gives you immunity to vampire corruption. But her army now is very, very weak. her capital is right here. So what I'm thinking is, why don't we go after them now? I mean, the vampires can wait. In fact, as you saw there, the Von Carsteins have been destroyed. So I don't know what Vlad and Isabella are doing. For now, though, let's do it. Declare war. They are going to be fairly weak in us now. And goodbye, Drycha. Decisive victory. Nice and easy. We could go for the extra favor. I mean, to be honest, it's probably better for us. But I'm just going to go and take the wage. Picked up a forbidden rod. Another challenge complete. Primal Fury. Flayer. Destroyer of Dryads. Immunity to Athel-Lauren and Awakened Forest Attrition. Oh, that would be so good if we make our way to Athel-Lauren. Right, let's get through the rest of these. I feel a little tempted now to actually let Drycha come back so we can finish her off with Malagast. And that way then we can get our immunity for both of them then. Anyway, let's start bringing you up here, Molokh. And if I get you, Malagast, to just go after Gryphon Wood straight away. Oh, you're kidding me, what? A little bit right there. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. It's okay, it's okay. We'll move back out to here. And we'll go ahead and go into encampment. Or better yet, how much does it cost me to go into raid? None. Okay, let's move you back in here a minute. And let's go raid him. It's giving me 1,000 a turn. And bearing in mind, don't forget, that part of the objectives for these guys is to try and get 20,000 or even 10,000 for a short campaign. So, if we can actually just sit here for a little while, that would give us a nice sum of money, wouldn't it? It is tempting, but it'll also be kind of boring sitting around here for numerous turns. So don't worry, I'm not going to do that. But for now, let's give for Dant the Soulrender. This time around I'm going to give you... Oh no, we're finishing off Devastating Charge. And Lakshai will get Deadly Blades. Kaznor, let's give you now... Heading over that direction. So, I'm going to give you Magical Reserves for the moment. Molokh can continue getting the Purple Sun. And there we go. Right, so the Lords of Dragonhearth have done their rites of intrigue, don't care. We had a hasten challenge attempt by this Necromancer, didn't work out. But instead, I'm not going to fight the battle today. Oh, it comes as a Pyrrhic victory, really? Huh. I mean, I think it would be cool for us to actually fight the battle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in the enemy, my reinforcements, just because they're here, so why not, eh? Still leads to a Pyrrhic victory. Oh, I just need to get a little closer, do I? Right. There we are, we're right next to you. You can't not reinforce. Perfect, perfect. So, next episode, we're going to start things off with the assault on Gryphon Wood. I know I can auto-resolve it given how much we outnumber the enemy, but given that this is their capital, and it's a Wood Elf settlement, which you rarely get to see fights in these campaigns, thanks to how rare they are, I think it'll be a nice opportunity for us to try and attack it. So we'll go after Gryphon Wood, and then we'll start heading back down south to go after the undead. But, like I said, we'll do that next time. For now though guys, thank you for watching today's one, I hope you enjoyed, and you join me next time of course for some more Warhammer. But until then everybody, take care, and goodbye for now.